You already know what it is. It's your big, friendly, big homie, Big Cat. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck I just said there. I mumbled, but hey, it's Cat. Hey, we back in this thing. We here to talk real quick. You heard me? But anyways, we here to talk about him. You know what I'm saying? The lovable troll, Master Splinter, Stuart Little, Minky Mouse, and you know his rainbow colored clubhouse, Pinky and the Brain. Sell. What's that nigga name? Speedy Gonzalez. Yeah, you heard me. Yes, yes, yes. And he's trying to run away from the snitch allegations. Yes, we here to talk about 6ix9ine. So 6ix9ine basically, I don't know when he was kicking with academics and it was on stream with Aiden Ross or whatever have you. But he's basically saying, and he's kind of talking like he's taking credit for it, but he explains how he baited Lil Durk into going into jail. Now, listen, there was this whole thing when, you know, King Von, R.I.P. King Von, when he passed away, you know, King Von and Lil Durk didn't really rock with 6ix9ine. They were saying he was a snitch, yada, yada, yada. They was happy that he was getting some of the treatment that he deserved. And don't get me wrong, I do not hate 6ix9ine. I never met the nigga in life. And as much as, dude, I want him to stay in jail, no. So he snitched, that's fine. You snitch, you gonna snitch. Hey, it is what it is. It's not affecting my life. All I'm saying, the niggas he snitched on, if they got beef with that nigga forever and they have some issues with that nigga, it's cool. He gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? So like, if people in Shawty and them's family have some issues with 6ix9ine and they want to try to do something to him, I'm like, big dog, you know how that shit go. That's my only thing. You can't be big and bad and tough and then cry victim. If you know what it was, you did what you did to them people. They locked up for however many years. If they get out or their family feel a type of way and they try to come do something to you, hey, y'all know what it is. You can't sit here like, why are you trying to do something to me? I'm like, well, big dog. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing with him. And to be fair, like, I get it. He's an online personality. Even though, like, he was an artist, he's still kind of an online personality. But even still, like, I do look at him sometimes and I'm like, big dog, you're like the boy who cried wolf, the boy who cried Trey away, as I coined him back in the day. So, my thing with him is, again, you just gotta own it and accept this is how niggas gonna view you. Now, the street dudes in hip-hop, like a King Von, a Lil Durk, and many others, basically looked at him and was like, big dog, you was on some bullshit. You did what you did. You portrayed something you weren't. Now we find out you know what I'm saying, told on them people. Even though 6ix9ine wasn't one of them ones, bro, hey, they was your muscle on the streets. They was doing a lot of shit for you, bro. At some point, I still got to look at you like, yo, big dog. Yeah, you was on some fuck shit with them niggas. So, yeah, you do deserve some of that shit. I'm not gonna lie. But, yeah, some niggas kept calling him, you know, a snitch. And now, some niggas went too far, be like, oh, you know, I don't rock with snitches. You know, all snitches should pass away, unalive themselves. You know, they was talking a little crazy. So he took offense to that. There was some back and forths, and it was what it was. So when King Von did pass away, he was very disrespectful. He was very disrespectful, and it was what it was. Now, again, that's why with the whole situation when the coffin showed up to his house, I was kind of like, bro, y'all know what y'all was doing. He gonna be disrespectful as hell. So it is what it is. And also, we do got, hey, listen, if we gonna look at Kanye for being like, why you keep saying F Virgil, even though Virgil is past, like it's over with, we do at some point do have to look at 6ix9ine saying, why you keep saying F King Von, my G, he been passed away. Get over it. It is what it is. We're not saying like him, but bro, you don't gotta keep saying F him all the time, bro. You know what it is okay. You know what I'm saying? So basically, as we see with the situation now, and honestly, I'm not gonna say he baited him because I feel like Durk and them would have wanted to go do that shit regardless. I'm just gonna say, but he's basically saying he started a narrative slide for Von, especially in that song. I think when he first came out and he had the little like mouse emoji on his face. I forgot what the song was called, right? Aha, aha, yeah, when he was doing all that little bullshit, right? When he did that, basically he had slide for Von and flashed on the screen very quick, and he's been saying, well, Durk, why don't you go slide for your mans? Your man's passed away. You know, they saying, hey, he was using a King Von lyric like when King Von said in the song I Am Who I Am with Fabio, he's like, and if I should pass away, my people's gonna slide every day. They boosting the murder rate, you know what I'm saying? So he like, hey, you supposed to do all that. You supposed to be on that type of time. What's going on? Now we find out, and I think it was late last year, early this year. Anyways, we find out that there was an attempt to slide for Von in the terms of motherfuckers was trying to get revenge on Quando Rondo for that little incident, which led to the passing of Quando's cousin Lil Peb, R.P. Lil Peb as well. So boom, yeah. By the way, I know we talk about all this stuff. That Charleston White shit keep playing in my head. When he met Lil Tim, and he like, yo, Lil Tim is an angel from God. Charleston White is the next man. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But as you know, I basically caught you up in these 5 minutes. So that happened. So now with that situation happened and Durk going to trial or is locked up, 6ix9ine is basically like, yeah, I baited him to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I baited him to do it. Now he's in jail. Look at him. He's stupid. Like, so we gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk. Also, as much as yes, no one should go to jail. Y'all in a good place for anybody. 6ix9ine, at some point, I do have to look at you like, again, I'm not saying you a hoe annoying, like anybody could play with you. But yeah, you do gotta understand that when you had a perception of this thugged out dude, rainbow hair thugged out dude, and now, like, yeah, you told, so yeah, your reaction to you won't 100% be the same. Also, with that being said, right, I'm surprised, like, you see how NLE Chopper be like, oh yeah, like he rock with the LGBT Q HDMI PS5 community, you know what I'm saying? Big Mom Ting. As he rocks with them and does the like Slut Me Out and all them other songs, I'm surprised 6ix9ine didn't appeal to them. He was rainbow colored all the time. But anyways, 6ix9ine continuously told Lil Durk to slide for Von, and now the rapper wants to take credit for Durk's. Yeah, that's still nasty. That's disgusting. But anyways, 6ix9ine is easily one of the biggest trolls we have ever seen when it comes to the music world. Overall, he is hated by many, and for the most part, he has been blackballed by the mainstream since going to prison as a part of the RICO case. Tekashi has done, but the RICOs that have been going on, and like, bro, if you really look from like 2020 till now, bro, the RICO's been crazy. But anyways, Tekashi has done everything possible to become more famous when he came home from prison. One of his strategies was to provoke famous artists. Although some people could see through it, there were others who couldn't help but troll back. As time went on, 6ix9ine got more brazen and disrespectful with his trolling. For instance, he went to the murals of Nipsey Hussle and even King Von, where he disparaged their name. Oh, damn. Nah, don't disrespect Nipsey. I fucks with Nipsey. I ain't gonna lie. R.P. Nipsey as well. Tekashi would frequently taunt Lil Durk as it pertains to Von, coining the phrase slide for Von, which eventually went viral on social media. The artist would constantly urge Lil Durk to get revenge on those who took the lives of King Von, Quando Rondo, Lil Tim, and in a sense, and being Young Boy as well. And even questioned Durk's alliance to his fallen friend. Now Durk is in jail on charges of conspiracy to commit a motive for hire, and 6ix9ine is taking credit. That's nasty, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. I know Academics is his mans or whatever, and it was on stream or doing like a little interview. That's still nasty. Like, that's still nasty as fuck. While speaking to Academics, 6ix9ine claimed that he baited Lil Durk into going to jail. Overall, he believes that the slide for Von trend forced Durk's hand. He thinks Durk was feeling embarrassed and decided to act. Academics had some nervous laughter and even refuted what Tekashi was trying to tell him. However, 6ix9ine remains confident that he is the reason why Durk is now behind bars. It should not come as a surprise that the rainbow-haired rapper would be taking credit for all this. After all, he is a troll, and that is never going to change. It doesn't matter how much time passes, 6ix9ine will always find his way back to the spotlight, even if for negative reasons. But even if for negative reasons. Clearly, the clout era never went away. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, that's still like, bro, just let it go. Like, I know it's tough. I know niggas wanted you out of here and shit like that. I do understand his frustration a little bit. If we gonna keep it a buck and I could put myself in his shoes. But, like, some of that, bro, you knew what it was when you was dealing with them niggas. Like, you know, shotting them. You knew what could potentially. I'm pretty sure this crossed your mind. Especially you was probably seeing some of the shit that niggas was doing. Like, yo, at some point, bro, like, again, we all got to take accountability for some of our fuck-ups. Sometimes it takes a minute. We might not see it in the moment. A year or two later, like, all right, we was doing some fuck shit. You know, it happens. But with that being said, like, bro, it's okay. Listen, there's some motherfuckers, I'm not gonna lie, that I might not be too fond of. I don't really want their ass to flourish. I'm gonna keep it buck. But I don't come here every day saying, oh, F him, F that, F him, F this person. I don't do all that. I'm just like, hey, when you ain't flourishing, bro, I'm just, in silence. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure there's niggas out there who mad at me for some bullshit, and they don't want me to have a decent life. But even still, bro, it is what it is. At some point, niggas gonna get tired of motherfuckers reiterating the same talking points. They ain't nothing new with what he's saying. It's boring. It is what it is. And if I'm act like, again, I'm not saying Akin and Lil Durk are best of friends, but to have like them type of interviews with certain niggas, especially you following Durk's career for all that long. Again, I'm not sitting here saying what Durk and them boys allegedly were, well, not at this point we knew like them people was linked to OTF, but what them people was trying to do to Quando was right. I'm not saying that at all. But you know how that shit go. So it's like at some point, even though 6ix9ine is your friend, that's your man's. And like some of this shit, again, I'm not saying like it's fair, but you do at some point do have to look at 6ix9ine like, big dog, none of this snitch allegations, this and that, some of this shit wouldn't come if you didn't align with Shawty and them at the time. I get it, it blew up your career and kudos, but you got to take that. So again, now other people trying to harm 6ix9ine is one thing, but like Shawty and them boys, hey, big dog, you come with it, bro. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say it's right or I condone it, but I understand how that shit go. It is what it is. But yeah, what do you think about this? Are you thinking like, bro, 6ix9ine just shut up, or you think, hey, it just come with the territory? But yeah. Hey, like, subscribe, help your boy out, help your boy grow. You know what it is. You know I'm the kid. You know I talk my 8 billion little fleas here, man. I'm gone. Slime Zoom. I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this, man. Slime Zoom, peace shots, gang. Aye.